viewers, the Congress party wants you to believe that India's foreign policy is in a free fall mode, that the world is turning away, that the diplomatic sky is collapsing. But here's the real question. Is the Congress party's criticism backed with facts, or is this another manufactured meltdown that we are seeing? Key member of Team Rahul and senior Congress leader Mr. Pawan Kheda has painted temporary visa restrictions for Hajj as a move to suspend Indian visas by Saudi Arabia. He says Saudi Arabia suspending visas for 14 countries, including India, is just the latest blow in a steady collapse of India's foreign policy under Prime Minister Modi. But what he won't say is that during Hajj, temporary restrictions are implemented. Sources indicate that restrictions are implemented to avoid overcrowding. Well, this is not the first time when Congress has jumped the gun. Remember, just days ago, Congress latched on to reports of Prime Minister Narendra Modi not attending the G7 summit, scheduled to be held in Canada this year. The Congress termed it as another big diplomatic bungle. But 4 days later, Canadian PM himself invited Prime Minister Modi. He admitted that as chair of G7, it is important to invite the most important countries to talk about important issues such as energy, artificial intelligence, critical minerals. And India is really at the very center of global supply chains. First, listen in to what the Congress has to say.
सऊदी अरब के अंदर इस बार हज में सबसे कम यात्री गए हैं, सबसे कम। और सऊदी गवर्नमेंट ने बाकायदा प्रेस नोट जारी किया था कि एकामा जो है उसको कैंसिल किया जा रहा है। ओवरक्राउडिंग तो पहले हुआ है, इस बार तो सबसे कम गए। हम आतंकवाद की बात करते हैं, 26/11 के बाद पाकिस्तान को आतंकवाद के साथ जोड़ा गया था। आज क्या हुआ है? आज अभी यूनाइटेड नेशन की जो उप समिति है, आतंकवाद निरोधक जो कमेटी है, उसका वाइस प्रेसिडेंट पाकिस्तान बन रहा है। तो कहाँ है हमारी फॉरेन पॉलिसी?
And joining us on this debate is Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, Ratan Sharda, who is an author, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, leader of the Congress party, Vivek Srivastava, who is a political analyst. Good evening once again to all of you. Ashwini Kumar Mishra, let me begin this debate with you. I was just looking for ways to declare that India's foreign policy under Prime Minister Modi has failed, because every day there is something or the other keeps coming, and then you get fact-checked at times by your own netas. What's happening?
Isn't this evident from what has been happening? I mean, that question you should be answering. It's quite evident that our foreign policies has gone really shattered. I mean, look at when the Operation Sindoor was happening, Afghanistan was the only country which was supporting India at that point of time. Pakistan getting loan from IMF, Pakistan getting funds from Russia, IMF from Russia, getting funds from ADB Bank. Moreover, your
should we talk about Saudi Arabia's issue?
Mr. Trump.
Should we talk about Saudi Arabia's issue, the topic of debate this evening?
So, you asked the question about India's foreign policy. You asked the question about India's foreign policy.
And every day new and new issues are being picked up, and then you're getting fact-checked also. This time also about Saudi Arabia, the comment that was made. Now you have the clarification coming in. What's happening?
No, you asked specifically for the Indian foreign policy, and I'm giving the example of how Indian foreign policy or how Indian diplomacy has really shattered over the period. So look at, we send our delegates to different nations, but we don't know how many top leaders of those nations met those delegates. So coming back to Saudi Arabia, now they are doing this first time. They are cancelling the visas. Don't you think the kind of relation we have with the Arab countries is jeopardized here?
Ashwini Kumar Mishra, the fact is that according to officials, the practice, when you give too many visas, it leads to overcrowding and jeopardizes the health and safety standards during Hajj pilgrimage, something that was seen last year. You may recall in 2024, 1,301 pilgrims. A lot of them were unauthorized pilgrims as well, who died during Hajj. That's what we have learned, and that's the reason why there is this restriction that has come in. Something that you don't want to see, but I think Sanju Verma wants to respond. Yes.
You know, Hina, first and foremost, the topic of your debate is specifically Saudi Arabia. And let me tell you, Congress is running a fake news factory on industrial scale. But this is what the NEA said, and I will read the NEA statement in 10 seconds for the benefit of your viewers. the Saudi government has not issued any notification on visa cancellation or visa ban. As a matter of practice, during the Hajj season, temporary restrictions are imposed on short-term visas to prevent overcrowding, which will end with the conclusion of Hajj on 30th of June. And the Emir also says that the quota system for Hajj came up in 1987, whereby each country is allowed to send only 0.1% of its population to ensure manageable numbers. Despite that, India is one of the few countries where more number of people are allowed beyond the formal quota, and in 2025, 175,000 people will be visiting the Hajj celebrations in Saudi Arabia. And my final point, Hina, please. Foreign policy is in disarray. Pawan Khera is obviously a tapaswi looking for a Rajya Sabha seat. He said as much on social media, but I will tell you this. This is the same Congress party which demonized the Rafale deal, the same Congress party which demonized the S-400 deal when we bought S-400 from Russia in 2018. This is the same Congress party which refuses to acknowledge that the Organization of Islamic Countries has 57 Muslim nations and not a single Islamic country has stood in solidarity with Pakistan. Okay. Afghanistan, Bahrain, Egypt and Indonesia have come up in support of India. But ये लोग वो जो बोलते हैं ना तीन बंदरों की तरह, आंख बंद है, कान बंद है, मुंह भी बंद है, मुंह खोलते हैं तो सिर्फ allegations लगाने के लिए. And my final point is this, that please note, Prime Minister Modi, at the behest, at the invitation of Mark Carney, will be attending the G7 summit in Canada. Okay. Pawan Khera and Jairam Ramesh can continue spreading fake news. That is what they are reduced to.
Okay. Vivek Srivastava, why are we seeing, every single day some or the other fake news being peddled? Is it a sign of desperation because of Operation Sindoor's success? Because Congress party's own MPs and leaders, prominent ones, have been part of delegations representing India. Is that not going down too well with the Congress High Command here, that these kind of stories, theories are being manufactured daily?
First of all, I congratulate the Congress party and Mr. Pawan Khera for a wonderful analysis and a wonderful tweet which is enlightening to the nation and which shows the reality of this government और ये देश को कहां ले आए. पहली चीज. दूसरी चीज, आपने सऊदी अरेबिया का नाम लिया. We are an isolated country. Asian Development Bank, International Monetary Fund, okay, and almost all the financial bodies, they are in touch with Pakistan and they are funding it. Right now, the day you had a ceasefire, early morning the money transfer took place. This is where you stand diplomatically. Pakistan has been made the vice president of the committee which is going to look into the solving of the terrorism and these problems across the nation. जो committee बनी है उसमें उपाध्यक्ष vice president Pakistan बना है. Shabash. I mean, this is what we are doing. This is where India stands. Not a single country stood with India in the time of this turmoil, in the time when Pahalgam happened, in the time when Operation Sindoor started, and the entire world stands with Pakistan. It is the biggest diplomatic failure this nation has seen in the last 70 years. This is the reality. And Mr. Khera is trying to simply just show it. आपका अखंड भारत कहाँ गया भाई? अखंड भारत कब बन रहा है?
Ratan Chadha, will you like to respond?
Actually, see, Vivek just comes to rant. He has no logic. Whether he stands for Communist Party or Congress Party, we don't know. But let us get to the groundwork. I will tell you a very interesting, amusing and insulting story of Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad. Way back in 1969, he was sent to attend the Islamic summit in Rabat in Saudi Arabia. He was sent out without being allowed inside the convention. India went as one of the most populous countries, and Mr. Ahmed was sent out because he did not represent Islamic country because of objection of Pakistani President Ayub Khan. That was our standing. Secondly, in the Islamic world at the time when India used to tremble talking of Israel because हमारे Muslim neighbor नाराज हो जाएंगे, हम oil कहाँ से लाएंगे. It was only Modi when he could equivocate, go to Jerusalem, go to Israel, go to Palestine together. He could also talk to Saudis and Middle East, and the friendship was going great. He has received the maximum possible awards from the Muslim countries. Now, most importantly, regarding this allowing the Hajj pilgrims, it is a purely Islamic pilgrim policy. It is nothing with foreign policy. Why are you mixing up the two things? Saudi Arabia decides who will come who will not come, how many people will come. We have no say at all. Last month also same thing happened when Saudi Arabia said so many people will not be allowed, so many countries will be disallowed. It is just to control the crowd, and you see every Hajj, thousands of people die in one case or the. So they have to be careful. But instead of that, they are talking of diplomatic failure. And what diplomatic failure in times of Congress party, the splendid isolation of the Congress party where they refuse to act after 26/11. When your country does not count anywhere, who is bothered where you are? Today they are bothered because India gives answer. India has the strength. And India can work with everybody. That is why Western world is creating a problem. Not only that, Western world has always treated Pakistan as favorable colony where they have bases, military bases, and all the games they play in Middle East, which has led to the complete disaster, complete destruction of Middle East, is happening from Pakistan.
And perhaps Mr. Vivek Srivastava has not seen that video wherein a Pakistani minister himself had acknowledged that Pakistan was doing the dirty work for the West for about 3 decades. So definitely, I mean, you have your answers there. But you've made a very interesting point, Ratan Sharda. It's perhaps the Congress party that's feeling a little isolated because you have leaders like AIMIM, even Samajwadi Party has been pretty balanced, on a number of issues. TMC also, its members were part of the delegation too. Sanju Verma wants to respond. Then last comments, Vivek Srivastava.
Okay. Hina, I always say that good politics is often about good economics and good diplomacy is also about good economics. And I want to tell your audience and even some ignorant people like Vivek on the panel that today India's biggest trading partner, bilateral trade with the Gulf Cooperation Council today, our annual bilateral trade is more than $165 billion. And who are part of GCC? It is Saudi Arabia, it is UAE, it is Qatar, it is Kuwait, it is Oman, and it is Bahrain. So GCC ke saath, which basically consists of Islamic nations, our bilateral trade is the highest, more than it has ever been in the last 7.5 decades. But my final point is this, each time you say that our diplomacy is not working, have you forgotten? You talk about the $1.3 billion which Pakistan will get from IMF. Why is it that nobody is talking about the fact that the head of the Asian Development Bank was here in New Delhi last week? He met up with Prime Minister Modi and they have committed more than $10 billion in investment. ADB $10 billion दे रही है भारत को, लोगों के मुंह में दही जम गया है.
Also, Vivek Srivastava, Indus Water Treaty is in abeyance still. No country has appealed to India that it should consider Pakistan's request. I think you should look at these reports also. Pakistan has been writing letters to India's Jal Shakti ministry because it is parched. It is suffering today. But no country has coerced India to listen to Pakistan's concern.
Yeah. No, firstly, I'd like to update the viewers over here. China is already contemplating talking to India and telling them that if you nullify the water treaty, Indus Water Treaty, then we are also going to stop the water.
Has there been an official statement that you have got, Vivek Srivastava, that we have not got so far?
This is not a fake news. It is
No. I'm just asking you because you said China is contemplating. So I'm just trying to understand, have we missed something? Is there an official statement that has come that you have, we don't?
Already Pakistan is in touch with China.
Oh, okay.
भारत सरकार से पूछिए ना, कोई ऑफिशियल लेटर लिखा था.
आप बता रहे हैं कि चाइना कॉन्टेम्पलेट कर रहा है इंडिया से बात करने का, तो शायद आपको स्पेसिफिक जानकारी है क्योंकि हमें तो ये जानकारी अभी मिली नहीं है.
राम साहब ने मोदी साहब को डरा धमका दिया, मुझे तो ये भी नहीं मालूम था, लेकिन बाद में पता चला साहब उन्होंने कहा सीज फायर करो तो हमने किया. हमें तो ये भी नहीं मालूम था, पाकिस्तान को बोला कि हाथ जोड़ रहे हैं, ये लो पैसे IMF के सीज फायर.
देखिए, ना तो आप इंडियन आर्म फोर्सेस को बिलीव करना चाहते हैं, ना आप डॉक्टर शशि थरूर को बिलीव करना चाहते हैं. बाय द वे, यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट फॉरेन पॉलिसी, हाउ इट हैज फेल्ड. डॉक्टर शशि थरूर हिमसेल्फ, he had said that it was only Mr. Modi who could meet, the Russian president and Zelensky within, a gap of about few days. Earlier, he himself had questioned India's policy towards Russia and Ukraine, but he also appreciated it. So I think he knows foreign policy much better than all of us sitting here. So maybe you would like to believe what he's saying. Vivek Srivastava, finish your point.
he was a part of a government delegation. आप मुझे भी
No,
भारत
I'm
सरकार की
talking
तरफ
about
से-
what Dr. Tharoor said
आप-
before.
I'm telling
No,
you,
no, no,
I'm
no, no,
telling
no,
you,
no.
instead of
I'm not
telling-
talking about
instead
when he
of
was part of the delegation. This statement he made much before Operation Sindoor. I think that's when things started going a bit awry between him and the Congress party. Anyways, I'm completely out of time. Thank you very much, all of you. Sanju Verma, Ratan Sharda, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, Vivek Srivastava. Appreciate all for joining us here on India Upfront. Heading into a short break.